Welcome to the most powerful meditation in the universe. And why is this the most powerful meditation in the universe? It depends on who is doing this meditation. And see, normally we try to meditate to somehow change our state. We're trying to get somewhere else than we are. Whether we like to admit it or not, even when we meditate, we are trying to get away from something, or we believe deep inside there is something missing and we need to get somewhere else, to a more expansive state of consciousness, to ascend somewhere else, just not where we are, just not this, and not now. So in this meditation, I will show you the true power, freedom, and beauty of arriving to exactly where you are and really experiencing or noticing that that is essentially what you have been looking for. Time after time you are free and not know it. Come to the place where regret means nothing. Because you are already flying. And there is no need to prepare for this meditation. Perhaps a few words before we start. I'm going to be using this smoke as an analogy to your thoughts and stories that appear inevitably. So you always remember that they are made of nothingness, just like smoke dancing around, and I will help you to find a way to simply dispel them, to find the beauty, this really unrecognized beauty and freedom of being exactly where you are, not trying to go anywhere else. And this simplicity is so unexpected. It is actually so surprising. So I want you to simply relax. Maybe take a deep breath to begin with. And relax your body. Start relaxing your jaw and your facial muscles. And simply notice how your body is feeling this moment. And you can leave your eyes open, or you can close them when they get heavy. And simply notice how you're feeling now. so you can compare to how you will be feeling once you arrive to now, which is unrecognized. And just focus on hearing my voice. Keep relaxing your belly. Keep relaxing your legs. You don't have to be anyone particular in this moment. And just notice what it feels like to simply be without having to do anything, without having to convince anyone about anything. Just be. Just be. And perhaps notice some thoughts that might be arising. And notice where they're coming from. What is the story? Perhaps you're planning something. Perhaps you've been reminded of something that happened earlier today. Whatever that story is, just notice. And notice that whenever you think, it is simply the mind's way of trying to figure something out or to understand something just so it can control it better. It is your way of trying to change something or improve a situation in your life or make sure it doesn't happen again. Just notice that all your thoughts are simply an attempt to control, change, or improve something. Change the nature of the thoughts and the stories. Just look. They are simply like a smoke. They have no permanence to it. Not even smoke, just dancing, moving, changing. One moment you like this, and other moment you don't like this. Just notice. Very good. And so as you are nicely relaxed, notice what is that story about that's on your mind this moment, this thought. Just notice. Just look. And what is it trying to change or improve or prepare you for in the future? And notice that it is connected to something, some story of the future, where you need to do the right thing or else. And so notice that the mind is showing you that something bad might happen in the future. if you don't figure this out, if you don't worry enough, if you don't control the situation, something bad might happen. And simply notice. You might be aware already what that story is, or sometimes you just feel that anxiety, that contraction inside, just like smoke. It's there one moment and there it's not, moving and changing. But when we believe it, when we believe this story, it's painful, and we try to escape that future. Accept that future is like smoke. It's not really solid. It's not really anything. And so, as you're looking at that story of the future that might be uncomfortable, or there might be some bad outcome according to your mind, simply look at what it is and think, I don't know if that will really happen. See, the words "I don't know" would never come out of the person you believe yourself to be. They come out of the being, the eternal, infinite, free being that you truly are. And with the words, I don't know what will happen, simply notice how that future story dissipates like smoke. It's got no reality to it other than the one that you give it by believing it. And relax. So perhaps you find yourself thinking again. Just notice that story or those thoughts. And again, notice what is the imagined future that your mind is trying to avoid, and still it is showing it to you. And so you have to think about it to somehow change this imagined future. And simply allow yourself to look at this future story and see what happens if you simply say, I don't know. I have no idea if this is going to be that outcome, or if there's gonna be any bad outcome for me in a long run. I simply have no way of knowing. And with that, simply be with what is in your life exactly the way it is. See if you can relax into what is the way it is. And notice the story that's on your mind now, this moment. And see if you can identify what is that imagined future that deep inside your mind is already predicting for you. Very good. And see if you can simply say or think or simply look in I don't know. I don't know if this will really happen. I have no way of knowing. The truth, the ultimate truth is I have no way of knowing. Even with the best guess, I have no idea if what I imagine being bad for me wouldn't turn out somehow as a blessing or a new opportunity or meeting new people, new connections. I simply have no idea what is going to happen next. Can just stay open and trusting. I don't even know what my next thought is going to be like. Just notice. Or is it true that you can predict your next thought? And the next, simply notice. Whenever you notice, without trying to change something, without trying to improve something or yourself or someone else, without trying to control something or someone else, you're making connection with your innermost being. Your innermost being has no agenda. It is so free. It is so patient because it's eternal. It dwells in complete trust. And not knowing. The not knowing is the same as open heart. curiosity about what will happen next. With knowing that there is no way of knowing. No prediction is possible. Any guess is just an offense to what is. And so, just notice if there is a story or a thought on your mind. Simply notice. It may come with an image, and notice what is that imagined future that you don't want. Notice that it's nothing. Not even smoke. It's made of nothing. It comes back to nothing. Notice what it feels like to be in this space of complete trust, trusting, being held by uncertainty, which is normally unthinkable. Just see, without trying to make something happen, just see what it could look like, what it could feel like, to simply dissolve into complete trust with the wisdom that you simply have no idea what will happen, what you should do, what you have to do. You have no idea until you actually do it. Until it actually happens. You have no idea. Like a smoke dancing and then dissolving into nothing, just nothing. And in the meanwhile, appearing as something, as a story, but it's nothing. And just notice if there is any story or a thought on your mind. Just look without the need to change it, without the need to improve it. Simply look and notice that it's just a smoke doesn't mean anything about you, about the world, or about what happens. Just notice. Just notice what it feels like to simply be with all the thoughts and stories arising and dissolving with no need to try to get rid of them, change them, improve them, control them. Simply being. Being exactly the way you are, with exactly what is. Because how do you know that what actually happens in your life is not exactly what is supposed to happen? What happens is not the best for you. Somehow, in all these unexpected ways for you in the long term. Not knowing is open heart, giving everyone a chance to show up exactly how they are, without a story superimposed on top of them, with not knowing, giving the opportunity to life to show up for you, and it's all unexpected, surprising, mysterious ways. Not knowing, just being exactly where you are, with exactly what is. Because what is enough. It's enough. Who you are is enough. Not knowing and not needing to know is an open heart. Being exactly where you are, this moment and the next. Good night.